A cold night wrapped the city in silence as the final minutes of the year slipped away. Fireworks waited impatiently in the sky, ready to explode with hope. But inside a small rented room, a young man named Eli sat alone, staring at an empty notebook. Every year felt the same. A new calendar. A new promise. The same ending. Eli uncapped his pen and whispered softly, "Maybe this year, I'll finally become who I'm supposed to be," he began writing. "Wake up early. Stop procrastinating. Get fit. Study daily. Build confidence. Fix my life." His handwriting wasn't perfect, but his intentions were. For a moment, he felt powerful, as if writing these words meant they would come true. But then, a quiet voice rose from inside him. "You wrote this last year, and the year before that, and nothing changed." The clock struck midnight. Fireworks burst across the sky. The world celebrated loudly. But Eli felt the same weight sitting on his chest. He closed the notebook and lay back on his bed, staring at the ceiling. "Maybe this year will be different," he whispered. He wasn't convinced. The first failure, the alarm rang at 6 a.m. Eli opened one eye, looked at the time, and turned away. Just 5 more minutes. When he woke again, sunlight filled the room. It was almost noon. Shame washed over him. First day of the year, and I already failed. He tried again the next morning, and the next. Each night brought motivation. Each morning brought defeat. Days passed. Then weeks. The notebook stayed closed. The goals stayed untouched. By the end of January, Eli avoided mirrors. Every reflection felt like an accusation. "You're all talk," his mind whispered. No discipline. No follow-through. He hated that voice, because it sounded true. The night everything shifted one rainy evening, Eli sat at his desk again. Books were open, but his mind was exhausted. Rain tapped against the window like a reminder he couldn't ignore. "I don't understand," he muttered. "Why can't I change? Why do I keep failing myself?" As he reached into a drawer for a pen, his fingers brushed against something unfamiliar. A small, folded envelope. The paper was worn, the ink slightly faded. Written on the front were 4 words. "From me to me," Eli frowned. When did I write this? Curiosity pulled him in. He unfolded the letter slowly. Inside, the first line stopped his breath. "Stop making big promises. Start building small habits." His heart began to race. He kept reading. "The future doesn't change because the year does. It changes because you do. If you want a better life, stop waiting for motivation. Start showing up even when it feels pointless. Choose one habit. Make it so small you can't fail. Big goals impress the ego. Small habits save your life. Trust me. I am you." Eli stared at the page. He recognized the handwriting. It was his. He had written this letter 1 year ago and completely forgotten it. Many people forget promises made to others, but forgetting a promise made to yourself hurts differently. Something cracked inside him. The realization he read the letter again. And again, this wasn't motivation. This was responsibility. For the first time, Eli understood something painful but freeing. He wasn't broken. He was just trying to change his life with emotions instead of systems. That night, he didn't write a new list. He didn't dream big. He chose one habit. Wake up 10 minutes earlier. Not an hour. Not a miracle. Just 10 minutes. It felt almost silly, but the letter echoed in his mind. Tiny habits beat big promises. The first win the next morning, the alarm rang. Eli opened his eyes. His body begged him to stay in bed, but he whispered, "Just 10 minutes." And he stood up. It wasn't dramatic. No fireworks. No transformation montage. But for the first time in months, he won a battle against himself. The next day, he did it again. Some days he failed. Some days he succeeded. But this time, he didn't quit. He stopped chasing perfection. He started chasing consistency. Momentum begins after 2 weeks. Something changed. His mornings felt lighter. His guilt grew quieter. His confidence, small but real, began to grow. He added another habit. 5 push-ups. That's it. Too small to fear. Too small to avoid. Then another. 10 minutes of reading. No pressure. No excuses. Just showing up. Day after day. Tiny wins began stacking quietly. The invisible growth. By March, Eli felt different. Not successful. Not perfect, but steady. By June, people noticed. You seem calmer, someone said. You're more focused. By September, the habits were automatic. No motivation required. And by December, Eli wasn't the man who failed his goals anymore. He was the man who kept promises, even small ones. 1 year later, New Year's Eve arrived again. Fireworks filled the sky, but Eli sat quietly at his desk. He opened his notebook. This time he didn't write a list. He wrote one sentence: "Thank you for not giving up." Then he unfolded the old letter and smiled. Those words from his past self had saved him. He realized something powerful. A new year doesn't change your life. Your decisions do. Change doesn't start on January 1st. It starts the moment you decide to stop repeating the same day. Eli folded the letter carefully and wrote a new one for his future self. You didn't change everything. You changed one thing and stayed consistent. That's why you're stronger. He sealed the envelope and whispered, "This year, I'm not promising anything. I'm just showing up." For the first time, the new year didn't scare him. Because he finally understood, you don't need a new year to change your life. You need one habit and the courage to repeat it. And tonight, Eli kept his promise. Final message to the viewer: if this story felt personal, it's because it is. We are all Eli. Don't wait for motivation. Don't wait for January. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Start small, stay consistent, and keep the promise you make to yourself. If this story inspired you, like the video, comment. It's the one habit you'll start today. Share it with someone who needs this reminder. Subscribe to Motive Vibe Story.